What's up guys, Tim Little. Welcome back to TacticalBassin. Today's video, got an on the water fishing video for you. We're fishing clear water, springtime bass fishing, lots of grass. Let's go. All right guys, so what we got ultra clear water with lots of grass, and I don't know that there is a better way to catch them than a Senko. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Fishing grass edges, fishing clear water, fishing cypress trees, maybe doing a little flipping, pitching, but off to a good start. Got the first one in the boat, 5-inch Yamamoto Senko. So basically guys, all I'm doing, I'm fishing this grass edges. I can see, hopefully you guys can see on the chesty. But when you're fishing a Senko has all the magic on the fall. When you rig it properly, I'll show you guys here in a little bit. When you rig it properly, it has that slow, kind of methodical fall. That might have been right there. I keep a semi-taut line, a little bit of a bow. I don't want my line laying on the water because a lot of times they hit it on the fall. And I want to see that line jump, but if I have a bunch of excess line laying on the surface, it's harder to see. So I don't want to impede or interfere with the fall of the bait. So I do want to have somewhat slack line. Let that thing hit bottom, a couple little hops, let it fall again. And again, you just fish it really, really methodical along the grass edges. Even the little ones like the Senko. Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. So a Senko, I did a video years back. You know, a Senko, my video was it the best bait ever created? I know so many big ones caught on a Yamamoto Senko, whether it's a 5-inch or a 6-inch, but pressured waters, clear water, beginner fishermen, advanced fishermen, everything in between, a Senko just it just works. And again, having it rigged correctly, having it rigged straight is really important. Making long casts is really important, and not giving the bait too much action. Letting that bait, what it was designed to do, flutter down horizontally, right? Having those little appendages just shimmy on down, just gets eaten. It works extremely well. We've caught a handful of fish already. Let's see if we can catch some bigger ones. What's going on, guys?
Any luck?
Caught a few, yeah. Just Senkos.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
We just got out here. We caught a couple yesterday, though.
Nice.
Nice boat you got there.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Good luck, guys. Nice one. Thanks, dude. All right, guys, let's show you how to properly rig a Senko, because I feel like I was just fishing with my kids the other day, and this one's shot. Let me grab. And I was teaching them how to properly fish a Senko, because it seems like such a do-nothing bait, but it does just enough to get bit. So basically, when you look at a Senko, you can spin it, and all Senkos have like a natural bend to them, so you want that to go down so it cups the water better, so that as it falls it can shimmy down. Now what I got today, I'm fishing a little bit heavier combo. It's tangled up right now. Let's see. Come here. This is a 610 medium with titanium DC. The DC is really important for being able to cast the light baits a long ways. And I actually have a 3/0 3X hook, a super line hook. It's a really stout hook. It's not just for when I hook fish that I'm not going to bend out the hook. It actually lets me fish faster. It makes this bait fall faster. So basically you find that bend, come in about 1/4 inch, turn on itself, right back into itself. So now you have a perfectly straight bait that is weedless. I can fish it on a bait caster. I can make long casts. Again, that's really, really important with a Senko, especially in clear water. I have 30-pound braid to a 14-pound leader, okay? So if I do come across a big one in and around the grass, in and around the stuff, I can still hit them hard enough with that 3X, that super line hook, get them out, and then I have a little bit of line to get them out of that grass, out the laydowns, whatever, the dock pilings, whatever I'm fishing around. But crystal clear water. I'll probably throw a frog a little bit later. I haven't seen anything up shallow yet. I haven't seen anything blown up in the mats or in the grass, anything like that. But I always like catching them on a frog, so I'll probably try and do that as well. But I have a swim jig on, a chatterbait. I have a little flippin' pitching bait. I have a power shot, and yeah, swim jig and chatterbait. So that's what I intended on fishing today. We're getting a little bit of chop now, but with that slick calm, we're basically fishing the toughest conditions you can possibly fish. Crystal clear water and just glass. It's just a mirror out here. You can see the fish like an aquarium swimming around, but I'm not even trying to catch those fish because those fish have already seen me. I'm throwing to the the shade lines, I'm throwing to the grass lines, and I'm making long casts out in front of me to try and catch these fish before they see me. So let's keep it up. Nice one. Thanks, dude. Come here. Thanks, dude. Big one. Big one. Ooh. Whew. Look at the size of that one. Oh man. That is a big one. Gonna put her in the live well and get a weight on her. That big one ate that right there. Again, all I'm doing, guys, sun's high. There's a lot of shade pockets around these cypress trees. So I'm just fan casting to the grass lines. And when I'm coming up to a good shade line, I'm either skipping or making a bomber cast with this Senko. Again, I'm just letting it fall. Semi-taut line. I want to watch that bow. I don't want all my line on the water. I want a upside down rainbow, if that makes sense. So I can still feel that bait falling, but I don't want any resistance from my line. I want it to fall perfectly horizontal. And I'm looking for a tunk on my line or the actual field, but tunk. That one I actually saw swim over. Came from over here. I threw back to it. Kind of looped around. Just let that thing fall and let it sit there. She kind of came over. I hopped it one time and she turned on the jets and just smoked it off the back of the boat. But it's like a 7 or 8 pounder. Pretty cool to catch that in these super tough conditions. Slick calm. I mean, I can see bottom or see grass as far as I can see. These fish can see me, so you gotta be super stealthy, super quiet. Again, I have chatterbaits tied on, I got glide baits tied on, topwater frogs, all that stuff. But when it gets really tough and you're given these conditions, it's really hard to beat the Senko. Come on. Let's see what you weigh, big girl. 714, 7.14. .14, so just over 7 pounder. And that little 5-inch Senko, awesome. All right, guys, just let that big one go. 7.14, just over 7 pounds. I'll take that any day of the week. Awesome. Caught a bunch of little fish early on, caught some decent fish, and then finished it up with that big one. But I'm gonna actually put the Senko down, I think, and I'm gonna go flipping and frogging and see if we can round out this video with a topwater fish, with a frogfish or something. There's a lot of heavy cover, grass, tules, the shade lines for those cypress trees. I'm gonna pick that apart with a frog and see if we can wrap it up with there. Otherwise, we'll put on the trailer and head home. But let's keep going. Another nice one. I can't just get away from the Senko, guys. Through the frog, through a fluke, through it's another nice one. Thanks, dude. All right, so I just retied, had to put a new leader on and everything. But guys, let's talk about today a little bit. So I kind of talked to you about the pattern, what I was doing, what I was looking for. I'm sure with some wind you could catch them on some reaction baits, right? I'm sure you can catch them on an underspin or a bladeless swim bait, a fluke, a jerk bait, that sort of thing. But it's obvious that with my conditions today, they really want the Senko, and caught two really nice fish on the Senko, bunch of decent ones. But you know, when you're looking at Senkos, you go to Tackle Warehouse and you click on Yamamoto 5-inch Senko, there's probably, I'm not exaggerating, there's probably 40 to 50 colors. Maybe there's 30 to 50, I don't know, there's a lot. I know there's more on actual Yamamoto's website. Back in the day, I used to order custom ones and all sorts of stuff, but you can keep it really simple. You know, today we have high sun, no clouds, clear water. So I just have basically, this one's, I believe it's 960 is the number. Everything is numerical for Yamamoto, but we'll link it all this stuff down below in the video description. But basically it's like a green pumpkin, amber laminate, or watermelon on bottom with some blue and purple, or blue and green flake. I like to have a little bit of flake when there's that high sun. You don't need to go super sparkly, but it just works really well. Obviously another great one is electric shad, green pumpkin black flake, $2.97, that's a great one. But you don't have to get 30 different colors. If you just get 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 like me, get some of your favorite colors. Let me see what I got here. Basically have a Senko color for every situation. If you're going tannic water or contrasty, you're gonna want black and blue. That's $9.56. That's a good craw pattern. It's pull this one out for you. It's a really good craw mimicking color. 301. Again, there's a bunch of different colors, but those are some of my favorites. Baby bass is another great one. And basically that's about everything I have in here. 330, 301, I told you. Yeah, baby bass. That's a real natural, oh, natural shad's another great one. That's a good one too. But that's a real natural looking, kind of iridescent Senko. But I'll go my darker colors on cloudy, contrasty days. And then I'll go more of my natural colors, ghosty colors with a little bit of sparkle for my bluebird clear sky days. But that's really it. You get yourself a handful of colors of Senkos. Get yourself either a 2-aught or a 3-aught hook, and you guys are golden. You guys can catch a ton of fish. But today, I've thrown a lot of things. Given the conditions, they just want that guy right there. Oh, there is the frogfish. Jumbo, smoked Smoked that frog. That is awesome. That's the bite I've been looking for all day on a frog. Whew. Basically, little point right here, the reeds. Let this girl go. Thank you, girl. It's like a 5.5, 6 pounder. Little point right here on the reeds. Fish this whole area through here, through that frog up there. Ooh, that gets your heart racing. Wrap it up there, guys. All in all, an awesome day. Caught a bunch of fish on the Yamamoto Senko, 5-inch Senko. Tried all sorts of things. Flipping, pitching, swim baits, power shots, swim jig. I did not pick up the chatterbait, frog, but obviously the all-star was the Senko, and then that epic topwater bite on that gavacho was icing on the cake. The big old fish, big old head, Florida largemouth, just big old head. But it's just a great day out on the water. Now, again, still slick calm. We got that sun setting, so I probably could fish all evening, throwing top water, and get a bunch more bites. But gonna put on the trailer and start heading home. Mosquitoes are out and they're eating me up, so we're gonna call it quits. But if you guys find yourself in pressured situation, clear water situations, grass, that sort of stuff, don't be afraid to pick up the Senko. You know, I didn't throw it on a spinning rod today. If you notice, I threw it on a bait caster, like I said, that 610 medium. You can even go with a medium heavy. You can go with a 7.2, 7.4 heavy with a 6-inch Senko and flip and pitch around all of your key isolated pieces of cover. But that Senko, man, is an awesome bait, and I think a lot of guys forget about it. Even though it is finesse fishing, you can still power fish with it. Again, use that heavy wire hook, lets that thing sink down quite a bit faster. You can fish it quicker. You can, for me, I'm more accurate with it in the wind. But again, throw that thing out there, let it hit bottom, or hit water. As it's falling to bottom, you know, keep that somewhat tight bow in your line. You know, a tip for you guys, if it is windy, throw it out there, make as low of a cast as possible, so you're not a big looping cast, but a nice skip or a nice low angled cast, and then drop your rod tip, put on the water, get that line on the water as soon as possible out of the wind, and that'll keep the wind from putting a big old bow in your line. But again, you're just watching that thing. A lot of the bites I got today, I saw my line jump. You know, I'm throwing braid to leader, so I have a lot of extra sensitivity. You know, braid is more sensitive than fluorocarbon. You know, I had that fluorocarbon leader on there, but watching that connection knot or watching that line jump off the water, I'd reel down and set, and they were there. Had some really quality fish. You know, that big one. Again, I didn't know if I was gonna catch that fish or not. It was spooked out or chased out from that grass and kind of went around the edge of the boat. I made a cast past it and let it fall, and probably 20 feet or so I led that fish by, and I just was fishing it slow, and then she started creeping up, and all of a sudden she just swam over and just smoked it. I don't know what flipped the switch, but it was really cool. And then it was just a cluster trying to get her out and around. Raise the raptors around the trolling motor, raise the trolling motor. The whole time she's just bulldogging, head shaking. I thought for sure she was gonna saw me off, but got her in the boat, and 7.14, so just over 7 pounds. Take that any day of the week. And then that big one that ate the frog. You know, I only had 2 bites on the frog all day, missed the second one, but I stuck that big one, that first one, and that was awesome. Again, don't recommend boat flipping, but she was just head shaking and trying to spit that frog in the roof of her mouth. But it was awesome, just a big old explosion. Of course, I had taken the chesty off, so it is what it is. But hopefully this mic will pick up that explosion, because that was an epic bite. But guys, as always, we appreciate the support. If you learned something from this video or you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys on the next video.